Well, you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. First question. What is the biggest problem an animator can ever encounter?
Biggest problem an animator can ever encounter. I'd say self-doubt. If you think
Self-doubt.
if you tell yourself you can't do it, then you can't do it.
Mm,
So, yeah, if you
mm.
just never tackle that big project you want to do,
Man,
uh, you'll never go anywhere.
man, that's a really good answer. Yeah. Uh I definitely agree with you on that one. That's a very big problem. Because if you have self-doubt, like you said, you're never going to tackle that. One animation.
Yeah,
I was talking to this with my friend the other day, actually, because he trying to get his channel started back up again, but he has a lot of self-doubt that he's not really going to be able to pull this off. He keeps
yeah,
on putting it off. So
yeah. I get that. That's unfortunate when that happens, but just gotta know to avoid it. Just do it, as they say.
Just jump right in. Okay. Yeah. Self-doubt is definitely a really, really big problem. If you don't get rid of that. Well, actually, I would say that it's impossible to get rid of. You're just gonna have to deny it and just jump into it.
Oh yeah, because you're never gonna. If you go the opposite route of self-doubt and you think you're perfect at everything, it's gonna have similar approach.
Yeah.
Where you're not gonna grow anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Would you recommend that an animator has an upload schedule, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly, or even yearly?
Upload schedule is something I don't have. I've tried, but it's something that's very hard to keep with because stop motion's not the only thing most of us have going on. But I think it is helpful to have a goal of an upload schedule. Right now, my goal is every other week.
Yeah.
And that really pushes you to get the next idea going and you just start.
Yeah. For me, it's literally impossible to keep an upload schedule. But like you said, just keep it vague almost, kind of like keep it vague enough to where you don't have to post right then and there. Because if you do that, then you're gonna start thinking that YouTube controls you, and that you have to post that, or you have to get this done. So once you get stuck into the that kind of thinking, it never ends well.
And it gets very stressful too. Like
Yes.
for most of us, this is a hobby. We're supposed to have fun with it. And then we're like, oh, upload schedule. I have to upload every day. And then you're not making good content and you're not making stuff you're happy with.
Yeah.
Just because you're just cranking it out. I would much rather spend 3 weeks on a fight scene that I'm happy with than 24 hours on something I hate just to upload.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with that. Yeah, because I started out animation it was just something that I thought was really fun to do, and then eventually I did get sucked into the algorithm and I have to post, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all.
Yeah, it's not. It's a lot of people where start as a hobby and then we're like, oh, I got to get monetized. I have to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, the journey, do the journey. Like,
Yeah.
monetization's the destination, but it doesn't actually stop there.
Yeah.
So if you're not enjoying it now, you're not going to enjoy it when you're monetized.
Yeah, exactly. The only change that you're more popular.
And you have a bit of a bigger budget, but
Yes.
creativity thrives on not having what you need. So
Yeah, exactly. Okay. How can an animator improve upon his or her animations?
I keep saying this, but just do it. Like, that's the best way, I'd say. One thing I do is every video I pick one thing. I'm like, what do I need to improve? And so I'll be like, oh, the lighting's kind of mid on the last one. I got to improve lighting on this next video. And then I focus on the lighting, but make everything as good as I can. But lighting's the most focused on. And so just pick one thing to improve on each video.
Yes. Yes, that is definitely a really good way to improve upon animations, for sure. Just do it. Like, there's a ton of other ways that you can implement to get better in animation, but thing you just said, just do it. Just doing it will make you better. You get better as you go.
Yeah, it's a muscle. You gotta work it.
I would also say that watch other, like, if you're not the best, don't try to be the best. Don't try to be the best just yet. Always look at other people's techniques, and then kind of don't copy them, but take inspiration from them. And that's also, I would say, another way to improve your animations.
Oh yeah, it sure is. I love watching non-stop animations videos, and sometimes I'll find something that I think is really cool, like that. He's this focus pull zoom where he zooms in, the focus is all out, and then comes back. And one thing on YouTube, if you're watching on a computer or anything with a keyboard, you can push the comma and period keys, and that'll bring you frame by frame through the video, so you can actually analyze these animations, which I found is a super useful thing. And you can even do that with non-animations, and it'll help your understanding of how things move.
Yeah, that's definitely that. I should probably do that more often. I usually just slow down the speed.
Yeah, that can be helpful, but a lot of the time it doesn't quite show you how they did it.
Yeah.
Another thing that can be good to improve is, as I mentioned before, understanding how things move. So a lot of the time, the professionals, they will record live action videos of themselves and then animate based on that.
Yeah.
And that can be useful.
Yeah. I don't record myself doing stuff, but I do act it out. Usually, if it's gonna be like a harder movement that I haven't really practiced too much before, or I just need to figure out what this guy's gonna do. Like, what would look better in this scenario? What would flow better? And so I'll just like
acting it out's so helpful.
Yeah, seriously.
And like, if you have a mirror close to you, you can use a mirror to just like see how you move or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, just acting it, so helpful.
Yes.
And I find you take a minifigure and you make them act it. That has been helpful recently.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is definitely helpful, because then you get to actually see it. You can see it with your eyes. What the heck did I just say?
Yeah, you can actually see it. You can feel where exactly they need to move, what it will look like on the Lego instead of on a human.
Yeah.
So that's been a lot of help. Currently scripting a fight scene, and since I have to animate it in reverse, I've decided to script everything, which is not something I normally do. So I got the characters actually going through. I've basically been playing Lego as a kid would instead of animating it, and that's how I've figured out all the fight scenes, choreograph.
Huh. Yeah, yeah, that, yeah, sometimes you just need to go straight back to the kid inside of you and just act it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Suppose you're talking to an animator who is a perfectionist. The animator makes scripts and animations, but they never reach his or her expectations. What advice would you give this animator?
You're not going to. You're not going to make your expectations ever. So, don't take that the wrong way and be like, "Oh, I'm never going to succeed." That's not what success is. Success is learning and growing, and you continue with that. If you ever reach the end, you've failed. So just continue your craft. Pick one thing and just continue that. And the next video, pick one thing. You'll steadily get bigger, better and better. But if you ever meet your expectations, you're kind of done. What is there next?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's always the scenario where you have to set the bar higher for your, like, if you have reached your expectations, yes, you could be done. Like, what else is there to do? But you could also strive for even better, to do even better.
True.
I mean, I don't know how good you can get with animation, but
I mean, you can get pretty daggum good. Like,
yeah, like Nonstop is an example. He's extremely good, but I bet even he doesn't quite meet his expectations.
yeah, I think the better you are, the higher your expectations bar is going to be. Just so then you don't bore yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
you
kind
could
of
just
like
switch to doing it just for professionally. You're like, yeah, I meet my expectations. Now I get paid. But that doesn't sound fun anymore.
Yeah. Like, stop motion animation, I'm gonna be honest, the only reason why people do it is because it's fun to them. Who wants to, like, to almost all of the people that I meet, they're like, okay, so let me get this straight. You sit in a dark room for hours, taking pictures of plastic, moving it a millimeter, and you find that enjoyable, right? And I'm like, yes, I do find that enjoyable. And so, like, I don't do it because I want to get paid. One day I will want to get paid, but, like, the only reason why people do stop motion animation is because it's fun. It's fun to create something.
Yeah, I agree. It's not, it's kind of a dying art form. Like, people will keep it alive, but it's not the most prevalent. So getting a job is not guaranteed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as long as you have that passion, you can make it work.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Do you believe AI can be useful to an animator in any way?
Yes.
Yes.
AI is made to be a tool. So long as we are using it to develop our skills. And basically, you don't take a shovel and tell it to dig. You take a shovel and you help it dig. Or it helps you. Like, it's not doing as long as it's not doing the job for you, you still get the fun. You still get to grow from it. And, like, I will spend hours moving the Lego. I do not want to spend hours making captions. I'm going to take AI to make captions for me and then fix it. Like,
Yeah. That answer would be, I would say, pretty controversial these days.
I know.
I agree with what you said, though. I completely agree. It's a tool, like, it can make you so much more productive. Like, if you need to get let's see, I don't know, okay, here. So recently I've been thinking about seeing how good AI would be at editing one of these podcast episodes. And I haven't done it yet, but the more I think about it, the more I believe that I should give it a chance at that, because it would save me hours and hours of time that I could be using those hours to create an entirely new video. Yes, I might lose one or two things that make it stand out among my other videos, but it would save it. It can make me more productive. I'm not that's
Yeah, I see
kind
what
of
you're saying.
like, that's kind of letting it do the job for you, but at the
So
same time,
I think what you're doing is you're giving it the grunt work, the stuff that doesn't take a whole lot of mind or creativity. And like, my personal rule is, as long as I know how to do it, then it's okay to outsource the work. But I have to know how to do it.
yeah. Then my dad was like, "Oh yeah, so AI is a tool to be used. You could be, the hours that you spend on editing could be used for scripting another video or animating something, a test or whatever."
Exactly. It's like the same thing with captions. Like, captions is pretty useless time for my work. I don't think what I just said made any sense. Yeah, but yeah, it's a tool. We can use it. I don't think it's going to take over the world. It's just, everybody's always saying, oh, yeah, this next tool that's going to cause problems. They were saying that about the automobile.
Yeah. Yes.
And now nobody has a problem with using a car. So I think we're going to get to the point where it's going to be like, oh, you used AI? Cool. You used a shovel. Good job.
Yeah. Because like you said, the automobile, it put the carriage people running the carriage businesses out of business, because now a normal person could own an inexpensive automobile and just drive anywhere they wanted.
Right. So there will be growing pains, but I think ultimately AI is not some evil machine that should be avoided at all costs.
Yes. I agree with you. What is an animator's most useful tool in context of the animation itself?
Most useful tool. I think sticky tack. I use a lot of sticky tack. In fact, I had to go buy more sticky tack because I ran out recently, which is not something I thought you could do, but apparently you can use all the sticky tack.
Somehow it just goes missing.
Yeah, it's just a little bit at a time, doesn't come back.
Yes.
It just all disappears.
So I have a carpeted floor in my my room, which is where I do my
Oh, no.
animations. And so there are probably like 10 or 15 dark blotches on my carpet, and they're not
Yikes.
they're not stains. I recently tried to pick one of the blotches off, and underneath all the grime it was white and sticky, and I realized that was where all my sticky putty was going.
Oh no.
Onto my carpet. That's why I had to keep buying more. In all my 5 years of animation, like, my carpet is so sticky with the putty now.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm glad my floor's wood.
Yeah. You would better be grateful.
I wasn't until now, but I am now.
Alright, noted. If you're an animator, do not have a carpeted floor.
If you're an animator that doesn't have a carpeted floor, start being grateful for that.
Oh, man. Okay. Must you have a dedicated camera to also have good-looking animation?
No. People switch cameras all the time. I typically use the same camera for all of my videos just because it's easier. But I have switched between phone, webcam, a different webcam, and I tried using my DSLR, but I just prefer having something smaller. If I was doing bigger scale stuff, yeah, I'd use the DSLR, but it's just so hard to use.
Oh, really? In what
Yeah,
way?
because my space is really small.
Oh. Okay.
So I'd say just get familiar with whatever cameras you plan to use. If you're just starting out, yes, having the same camera is beneficial because then you know all the ins and the outs of that camera specifically.
Yes.
But as long as you know your camera well, then yeah, go for it. Switch cameras depending on what scene needs what. And if you are thinking about switching, make sure you know exactly why you want to switch the camera. Because if you got a camera and you're like, this isn't working for me, and then you buy a different camera and it accidentally has the same problem because you didn't know why it didn't work, then you're just going to be spending a lot of money for no reason.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting a DSLR camera, but for the thing is, I don't exactly know, like, I know why I want to get it, but I just don't know if it's worth it, because if I could just take pictures directly, directly onto the camera, like the camera is hooked up to the PC and I use the software on the PC, and then when I take a picture, it goes onto the software that I'm using, which is on the PC, and then so I don't have to upload everything from the phone to the computer. Because my last movie that I made, it was like 20 minutes long, I think. And just that was extremely hard to upload to the computer. I had to cut it into a bunch of parts, which was very tedious.
That's one reason. I think as soon as you're editing on the computer, you should be animating on the computer.
Yes.
Just it makes it so much easier.
The thing is, I've been editing on the computer for probably 2 years now, but I've only ever used the phone, which is it's very, very hard sometimes to get one video to the computer so then I can actually edit it. So yes, that's probably the only reason why I want to get the camera.
Yeah, I think that's a great reason to get a DSLR.
Thank you, God!
But I think If you don't have other reasons, I'd go for a webcam.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I'm pretty sure it doesn't give as great camera quality, which is something that I value.
Well, you can. It depends on what you get. If you buy a cheap webcam, no, you're not going to get the same quality. But a lot of the time, you're not even going to be using the full camera quality of the digital single lens reflex. It's just to be like, hey, I'm actually using a real professional camera. I'm a professional. And it's like, that's a lot of the time I see people don't actually know what they're buying. And so they could have just been using a webcam when they buy the whole camera.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Would you recommend any specific webcams?
The webcam I use is the ELP HD digital camera. It's worked pretty good. You do need a webcam controller, but that's not hard to find. The shutter speed setting is a little hard to find, but it is existent. It doesn't, as far as I can tell, it doesn't automatically edit any of your photos, which is the main reason you'd want a DSLR. It's because they don't edit your photos, they just put it in there.
Yeah.
Unlike a phone where even on manual, it's editing everything.
Yeah, seriously. Should an animator create shorts like the ones with popular trends and sounds?
I think that's up to them, but I am not going to be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to make those, go for it. But just know, if you chase trends, you'll die with trends. Trends don't last.
If you make a ton of those shorts, none of your long forms are ever going to do well. Because all your audience is drawn towards your shorts, so it doesn't. The audience doesn't want the long forms. They want the trendy, popular shorts that you're creating.
Yeah, I think shorts are definitely a bit of a trap. They're not as evil as a lot of YouTubers are saying they are. It's not going to kill your channel to upload a short, but your shorts should be directing people to your long form content, unless you are a shorts channel. If you just do that, then sure, go for it. But anything you post on shorts should directly relate to a video, so you can send audience over. Yeah,
I was talking about that with another animator, that it should only be you can do those shorts once in a while. It's just not good to do them all the time if that's not what you're going for. And I would say most of your shorts should be like a billboard to your long forms.
Yeah.
What do you think is one piece of advice that every animator should hear when they are first starting out?
When they're first starting out, watch tutorials, watch other people, watch photography tutorials, not just animation tutorials, watch photography tutorials. You'll learn so much about the camera, the lighting, composition that's just not taught in a lot of animation tutorials. Find what you want to make and watch what other people made in that niche. So if you want to make Spider-Man Lego content, go watch Spider-Man Lego content, and you'll just get inspiration.
Yes. Yeah.
But actually, I think a better thing is just don't stop. Just keep going. It's okay if you decide to stop animating at some point, but don't decide to stop on a bad day. Like, just keep going, even if you mess up a couple.
Yeah, there was this, I was making a new video. It was about Star Wars. It's probably never going to come out on my channel because I kind of quit it. Because I was, the video was like a world of pain for me, because almost every scene, like I was going for something that I hadn't really done too much before. I was going for a realistic kind of look, and smooth, which I hadn't exactly attempted fully before. So it was a world of pain for me, and I kept getting these terrible shots. and like we said earlier, I was never reaching my expectations. I was very disappointed that I couldn't reach my expectations. And so I eventually quit and just let it go there. So that was not the best thing that I could have done, because you do have to.
I think it's important at our stage of animation to not go for, I'm gonna make a movie, because we're very much in the growing phase. So I was trying to make an Odyssey movie that it took me 3 years before I finally quit it, because I kept restarting and restarting, because I would animate a scene and then 7 scenes down, I've improved so much that the first scene is unwatchable.
Yes.
And so just make stuff that is like 3 to 5 minutes long. Don't make, or actually that's kind of a lot, but make shorter content. Don't make a movie. It's not worth it at this point. And it's super hard. It's super easy to kill your motivation for animation in general if you don't like a project you're doing.
Yeah. Hi, this is the commentary. Welcome. So I don't completely agree with what he said there. Like, make things that are shorter. Don't make a movie. You can do that. You can do that if you want to, but I'm making an hour-long movie, and you know what? I'm not even gonna care about the animation. Like, it's not... The animation is... Yes, it's good. It's literally, like, what the viewer sees and wants to... it's the viewer's experience. And it shows your personality. But it doesn't make the entire story itself. It's the dialogue and the script and the plot. It's not the animation. Yes, the animation contributes, but it's all about the story, not about the animation. You want the animation to look good, but you want the story to be much more fluid, and you want it to express emotion. Make shorter content if you know that you're not going to be able to finish a big project. But even then, see what you can do. Reach your full potential as an animator. Us animators, we were made to create. It's the whole point of animation is to be creative and to be different, to show your personality, and to do it for all God's glory. If you want to make an hour-long movie, go for it. That's what I'm doing. I'm making an hour-long movie. If you want to make it 2 hours, go for it. I highly encourage that, actually, because yes, sometimes it can kill your motivation, but if you truly love your hobby, you will never fully give it up unless the Lord calls you away from it. So I do not completely agree with what he said there, but there is some truth to it. Don't limit yourself to short animations, but don't push yourself so much that it's going to kill off your motivation, and then work your way up from there. Go and make your way from these scraps. So that's all I have to say. Yeah, if like motivation is everything. If you don't have motivation, you just it's like motivation is everything. If you don't have motivation, then if you don't love what you're doing, you're not gonna put any effort into it. You're not gonna have the patience for it.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
gonna turn out terrible most of the time.
Failure is a very important part of learning anything, but stop motion especially. So if you don't love something and you're making all these mistakes, you're not going to want to sit and learn through the mistakes. You're going to want to stop because it sucks. But like if you love something and you're like, oh, I messed that up, I get to redo that shot, then you're going to succeed at anything. If you learn to enjoy the opportunity to learn that comes from messing something up, you're unstoppable.
Yeah, I would say that it's kind of hard to get there, but if you do, for me, it feels impossible to, because I'm a perfectionist. I really want things to work out the first time. If they don't work out the first time, then my patience wears thin. How do you get to that point?
So I'm not always at that point. It definitely depends a lot on the day. Sometimes I'm frustrated and just want it to go smoothly, but a lot of the time it's just enjoying what you do. Because I mean, I don't know. It's a hard thing to learn, but I watch a lot. Are you familiar with the channel Markiplier? No, he's this big gaming YouTuber. I don't watch his gaming videos because A, I'm not interested, and B, he swears a lot and makes inappropriate jokes. But he does these videos where he just talks, and he has a lot of good things to say. And I think a lot of it focuses on getting to that point where you're okay with messing up. And so just putting all this, surrounding myself with content that's like, you mess up, congratulations, you can learn now. Just accepting the fact that if everything goes smoothly, you've learned a lot less than if the train crashes.
Yeah. And if you're a beginner, then you have to be okay with being not so great at animation for a while. You have to be okay, or even if you're not a beginner, even if you're starting this new style or this new FPS or like a 20-minute long video, you will have to be okay with not being the greatest at it for a while. Because if you're just starting to learn this new move, this new animation technique, and if you expect to be flawless the first time out, you're gonna disappoint yourself hard. It's gonna be a hard hit.
Yeah, I think recently I started doing more editing in my videos, and I found that's something I really enjoy doing. but it took me forever to start actually getting there because I watched all these challenge videos. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I'm gonna go do it, and then I'm like, oh, but I gotta script it. I gotta record a B-roll. I gotta do all this stuff that I never do for any of my other videos. What if everybody hates it? What if I fail? And then I didn't do it. And then recently I did this challenge video where you got a timer, you got to animate. And I was like, you know what? The first timer is 10 minutes. I can afford to lose 10 minutes. So then I did it. And it was, the animation was all right. I mean, it's something I made in 10 minutes. It's not going to be a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And then I just kept doing that. Like, what does it matter if I lose 1 hour? I can earn that back. And then it's just make the simple goals and just keep making them until you make it the big goal. Break it down into easier steps and it won't seem as scary to mess up anymore. And if you're worried your viewers don't like it, you can always not post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always that option. Okay. What inspired you to become an animator?
A year or two before I actually got into animation, I was with the Weeblo Scouts, Boy Scouts. We did an activity where we were doing stop motion animation. And that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And then we also did some video editing stuff that was super cool. And that kind of laid the foundation. And I watched Kubo and the Two Strings, which is a fantastic animated movie. Then my grandma gave me and my brother this animation set and a phone to do it on. And so I just started making videos. And I was like, this is super cool. Even though they weren't actually stop motion. It was literally recorded video where I took those clear sticks and I moved the characters around.
Oh.
I was so happy when I made a video and I was like, it's all stop motion. There were no live action segments. And it took quite a few years after that before I actually started getting good. I think I didn't start getting good until this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you look at some of the videos at the beginning of the year, they're not very good. But I came to a realization that, hey, I've been doing this for like 5 years and I've gotten nowhere. I got to step my game up.
Mm-hmm.
So then I actually started trying to improve and I got better.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't try to improve, you're not going to improve, I guess. I used to think of it like, oh yeah, I don't have to try, I just have to do it. Like, yeah, if I do it, I don't then I'll get better. I don't have to learn anything, I just do it. And then I realized that, oh wait, I have to use my brain for this. Yeah, I've got to actually absorb information so that I can improve.
Yeah, learning the tutorials, reading the books. Actually, I don't think I've read any books, but
Oh, really?
yeah, not on stop motion. I've read books. I read a lot, okay? I'm not illiterate. I just don't read stop motion books.
Yeah, I'm a big reader too. I only own one stop motion book. It, like, from where when I received the book, I was already kind of past that point. I still use it to actually come up with a bunch of these questions, actually.
Oh, nice.
And to come up with ideas for new videos. But I was already past that point in animation that it wasn't as helpful as it would have been a year or two ago.
Right. I think one thing I like doing is anytime I see a stop motion tutorial come up on my feed, I'll watch it, even if it's like a beginner's walk cycle or something, because maybe they have something interesting or something that I could expand upon for my own videos. Because even though I'm not a beginner needing to learn a walk cycle, maybe I could improve my walk cycle based on what this guy has to say.
Yeah, that's really good. That's actually really, really good. Because if you, sometimes it's good to go back and to go back to the simpler, when it was all simple. When it was all like simpler, and when you were kind of just starting out, because yeah, you're right, maybe you could, this guy has something to say that I could expand on and use that information to make it better.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's been real fun having you on.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a good time. Answered some questions. Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
Good luck with your next project, and if you try that AI thing on this, good luck. I hope it works out.
Thank you. All right. See ya.
See ya.
Whew. Well, that was a good podcast episode. The Living Brick was extremely fun to have on, and I'm really happy that he decided to come on and be a guest on the Animator's Interview podcast. Thank you, Living Brick. Well, this is the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a lot. There will be more on the way, coming very soon. We post an additional Animator's Interview podcast episode monthly, so you won't have to wait very long. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you all in the next video. God bless y'all, and have a leafy day.